From the very beginning of Buddhist traditions, breathing is very important point of meditation practice. In some tradition, they count the breath or they watch the breath. But in Dogen Zenji tradition, we don't count breath, we don't watch breath. Some people, even in Soto Zen tradition, they encourage their student. But at least in my lineage, Saki Roshi Uchimura's lineage, we don't watch breath, we don't count breath. We breathe as naturally as possible. But still, it's important to breathe abdominally. That means we breathe through our nose as if the air goes down to the abdomen. During the Zen or meditation, we make sure, when we are breathing, the stomach is moving. This is important to have a deep breath. That means air goes in our body. My teacher said this is important. Attention is always here, but it should go down here. My teacher says, sometimes or often meditation practice in Buddhism is a practice of concentration. We pay attention one object to concentrate in order not to think or enter the world of thinking. But in our tradition, or just sitting, we don't even do that. That means there's no one object to concentration. But Uchimura said our practice of just sitting is like driving a car. When we are driving a car and we pay one particular object, then it's dangerous. But when we drive a car, we have to, our mind should be everywhere, not only something in the car or something outside the car, but our mind is nowhere. Therefore, our mind can be everywhere. So something happened inside or outside, we can adjust. So that is awareness or awakening in our practice. Even when we sit in this way, our brain is still working. Our stomach is working and our heart is working. There's no reason, only our brain stopped working. And the function of our brain is produce thought. So in our Zazen, thoughts are coming and going, and our practice is not stop that. When those thoughts coming and going became object of this person sitting, then our mind is separated into two parts. The thoughts that become an object, and this person is thinking about this thought. This thought become an object, and sometimes I like this idea, or I hate that idea, or I become angry about some memory. If we do such a thing, our mind is separated in two parts, subject and object. That is a problem. So that is what we call thinking. So when we find we are thinking, that means there's a separation between within our mind, subject and object. We stop that. That is what let go of thought means, or in my teacher's expression, opening the hand of thought. Thoughts are just coming and going. That is a natural function of our brain. But when we grasp it, then we are thinking. I'm thinking about this thought, whether it's right or wrong, or good or bad. I found I do this, then there are two sides. And when we found it, we open our hand and return to just sitting. Means deep breath and upright posture, and keep our eyes open. That means not sleep. When we are sleepy, we are dream. In this quiet condition, sleeping and awakening is not so clear. Often I think I'm waking, but somehow in my mind I'm dreaming, and I think I'm thinking. But that is very difficult condition. But whenever I found I'm sleeping or dreaming, I wake up to the soul. I make sure my eyes are open without seeing anything. So this upright posture, deep breath, and not sleeping, and letting go of thought. Those are the 4 points we return. But often we deviate from those 4 points. This is just sitting. But when we found we deviate from just sitting, we return to just sitting. That means posture, breathing, not sleeping, and letting go. That is what we do in our meditation practice. So actually this is not really meditation. Thoughts are coming and going, but we don't think. So our business in sitting facing the wall is keep returning to this posture, breathing, not sleeping, and letting go. Yes. And this cannot be done with our thinking. Stop thinking is another kind of thinking. So we don't even think not to stop, not thinking. But my teacher said this is done with our body, not with our mind. About his Dazen, Dogen, the founder of Soto Zen tradition, called dropping off body and mind. Dropping off body and mind. That means we sit this body and this mind, but mind is empty. We don't try not to do anything with our mind. But so in our practice, body is really important. Keep this upright posture and returning to this posture and breathing. So mainly, the Zen means sitting meditation. But Dogen often called this practice as sitting instead of meditation. For him, just sitting is dropping off. Dropping off means when we grasp, it stick. But when we open our hand, it's drop off. That means we become free from our clinging to our body and mind. Then this body and mind is only 5 skandhas, only collection of 5 skandhas. And that is the time when we are free from this clinging, when we open our hand. Then we see as a subject, but we become one with all beings. Things are coming and going, like air is coming in and going out. And if there is some sound coming and going. So nothing stays here. So these 5 skandhas really become emptiness. So our practice is not contemplating about emptiness as an object, but we become empty. 5 skandhas being 5 skandhas that are empty. That is our practice. That's why we cannot make sure, I attain that condition or stage. When we evaluate what is doing, then again there's a separation between subject and object. So our practice is without any evaluation or judgment. So that is another meaning of just sitting.